I just wanted to make a quick short video on for those of you that are potentially deciding between the x870e Hero, Crosshair Hero from Asus, and the MSI x870e Carbon Wi-Fi. I was more partial to the Crosshair Hero just because it's got asynchronous clock, so it's a little bit better for overclocking. They have their Nitro D-path for RAM. I was more interested in it for that. Outside of that, the bifurcation of the motherboard I wasn't too thrilled with, because basically this PCIe slot just dies once you load up really any usable configuration for M.2s. But one thing between these two boards I thought was really interesting. So with the MSI, they actually have a quick release function for the M.2s. You just push this, lift up. Really easy. Same deal for the primary top slot here as well. On the Asus, anytime you want to access these M.2s, which, I mean, honestly, how often are you actually accessing them? But still, if you're like me, you're swapping parts out, you want to test things often, maybe you do a repaste on your CPU, maybe you're swapping motherboards. This is a pain. All the M.2 slots, except for the primary one, are down here. This has to be unscrewed. This has to be unscrewed. This guy has to be unscrewed, and this guy has to be unscrewed. Then you have to lift the plate off every single time, not to mention, you got to take the GPU out as well. Whereas with this, yes, you have to take the GPU out. However, once you do, it's just you pop the GPU out, then you just, pop that out. Another thing as well, they try to say that this is a feature with the easy release for the PCIe slot. I really don't like this feature at all. I feel like I have to grind my graphics card because they want you to rock the card to the right in order to get this latch to release. Otherwise, there's no access to it. If your GPU's in the way, you can't push down on the slot. In fact, it's already always pushed down because it's spring-loaded. So what you have to do is rock the card to the right, then reset it, and then pull it out. I just don't like that. I don't know if it's seated properly in there. I like more of a tactile mechanical switch, and you don't get that with the Hero. With the Carbon, there is no functional switch here. However, they do have an easy release button that you push, and you can actually see, let me zoom in real quick. There's a little lock indicator on it. So you push this, it's unlocked. You push this, it's locked. And that is, and you can see the action there. That's locked, unlocked. I just prefer that any day of the week over guessing with this PCIe slot on the x870e Hero. Those are things, when I weigh these two against each other, yes, I'd love the asynchronous clock in this. I feel like this has been the smoothest experience I've had so far with a motherboard, and yes, I've noticed differences. I used to own the x670e Meg Ace from MSI, and I don't know, I just had weird issues with that motherboard as far as it being compatible with my Corsair RAM. So jury's out on that. I'll still try the Carbon Wi-Fi to see how that performs. But I will give this to Asus. The materials on this, they just look a lot sleeker as far as whatever they're using on the board for the plastics and everything. The MSI just has this, you can kind of see it here, it's really textured looking compared to the Asus is not. It's very smooth. So to me, that makes the MSI look a bit cheaper by comparison. And also their little, Asus's LCD screen. Can't really do much with it. You can change the lighting on it. It's still going to show like the ROG logo on there. It does look neat. I do like it. Compared to the standard, MSI Dragon. I don't know. Looks wise, definitely the x870e Hero. But as far as convenience goes, though, and who knows about performance, probably very similar between the two. Convenience, I'd definitely go with the Carbon. So let me know if you have any questions. Take care.